Hello everybody, I'm the Monkey. I'm here with my co-host Wide-Eyed Gamer.
Hello.
And welcome to the RH Studios Halloween double feature. 2 videos
Woo!
in 2 days. Woo! Part 1 is the podcast.
Let's just hope that you can edit in time for Halloween.
I can.
I mean,
Sure I can.
It took you about 4 months to make the speed painting video, so are you sure?
Yes. Yes. You can't talk, you're incompetent.
Well, yes, that's true.
But yes. There's no but in that, yes.
Shh.
He's not.
It's okay, just accept it.
He's not incompetent. We just say it for jokes sometimes. Sometimes he really is just incompetent. And yeah, Dork podcast episode. What episode is this? 15? It's 15, right?
I think so.
Jesus Christ. Time is an illusion. Gravity is a lie. The sky is also a lie. Yeah. And let's start off with what we've done recently. Nothing, have we?
No.
Nothing, have we? Alright, well, I've edited a thing, but that's not interesting. It would be me doing long descriptions of how tired I am.
I mean, editing is pretty interesting, especially because it's relevant to right at the second, because you're editing something that will be released tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yep. Hello, on the
All
time.
Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve tomorrow, and then Halloween the day after. It's a very tight schedule, but it's a schedule I will untighten. There's a word. That's a word.
Probably.
Yep, okay, we've rambled on long enough. Alright, let's start off with the least Halloweeny news.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of Halloween news. Least Halloweeny news. That would be Godzilla Singular Point trailer came out.
I'm sorry, that's the least Halloweeny thing.
Yeah, that's at least Halloweeny. What?
But it's all monsters.
It's all monsters and all that, but like, Christ, fair point. Okay, you're smart at something. Fair point.
For once.
Yeah, for once. So yeah, Godzilla Singular Points trailer. Now I was yeah, this is not spooky, but is spooky at the same time. Monsters, ooh. But this trailer, you might not feel this way, Wide-Eye, but this trailer surprised me as a Godzilla fan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because, yeah, well, I mean, it was a guess that there was going to be more monsters in this, of course, it's an anime. But like you would expect, like, the big three to show up. Not, like, Mothra, Ghidorah, Godzilla, yeah, those big three. Maybe big four with Rodan. But what we got...
I was gonna say, because I just keep remembering King of the Monsters.
Yeah. But I was surprised to see that, like, only 2 out of the big possible 4 were there. Like, I'm assuming that's Rodan. It's a
I think it was.
It might be. It's a guess, but there's Rodan. There's a surprise appearance of Jet Jaguar. That's that big robot dude.
Mm-hmm.
Anguirus, a fan favorite, second kaiju to ever show up in the Godzilla series. Yeah, fan favorite. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titanosaurus, which is a very, very strange one to pick, and one that nobody wanted to see back, but we're getting him back. And a very surprise appearance of Gabara, a person nobody wanted to see back. And that was slightly extra disappointing to me because when I first heard all the possible monsters coming up, yeah, I misheard Gabara for Gamera. You don't know who Gamera is, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
Well, if we consider Godzilla, Batman, and King Kong Superman, Gamera would be Wonder Woman. Okay, that analogy might not work, but you get what I mean. Yeah? Yeah?
No.
Really?
No.
Like big... Okay. Godzilla... Say Godzilla is One Piece. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm using this in manga terms and anime terms because that's how I know how to speak.
Okay.
Godzilla's One Piece, say that. And King Kong's Naruto. That would mean Gamera is Bleach. Big three. They're the big three kaijus. Big three best kaiju, biggest kaiju franchises, yeah?
Monkey, you could have just said that and I would have understood, rather than using analogies.
Shh. 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 You wanted me to... Well, I had like 10 other analogies to do. The Billy, Mandy and Grimm, the free forbidden flavor, the free flavors from Kids Next Door, blah blue. Anyway, I was slightly disappointed to find out that it was Gabara and not Gamera. But either way, I have few gripes with this trailer. Like one gripe. It's that remember when we said like we wouldn't want to see like the kaiju elephant size or something?
Yeah.
Well, Rodan is very small, and Anguirus.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And Anguirus looks kind of small, but I'm not sure about everybody else yet. I'm wondering like why though. And again, I'm assuming it's Rodan. It looks a lot like Rodan, but maybe it's like a new interpretation, like it's a swarm of Rodans or a baby Rodan. Or a baby Anguirus or something, because like it's okay, maybe with Rodan, sure you maybe can't just trank him because he's a flying reptile. Anguirus, he's got that armor. You might not trank him, but like if everybody else is that size. Which might, in fairness, might be unlikely. We see what Titanosaurus size, and he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, they feel less of a threat. Less of a threat in Godzilla terms. They would probably be a threat in, say, Jurassic Park terms. Yeah.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Wada, you're not as big as a Godzilla fan as I am. What do you think about this?
I think it looks cool because, well, specifically because the last Godzilla anime we got was about him being a plant.
Yeah. Wait, have you seen
it? No, I just know that he was a very large plant, or something like that.
No, he was a very large plant. And they had bad symbolism of religion. Also, Rodan was in it, but as a skeleton. He was dead.
Side note on the Rodan thing being small in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a matter of perspective. Let's not be too hasty with judgment of how large the kaiju are, because it could be a matter of perspective. Think about it like this. He's a flying kaiju. I presume he can fly pretty high. And if you're on the ground and looking up, then of course you're going to see him smaller than he is.
Yeah, but we kind of had a shot of him on the ground, and we could see
did we?
The roof of maybe a school in the background.
Listen. I didn't pay a lot of attention in the trailer. I just saw kaiju, and I was very happy.
Oh yeah,
Because kaiju fetish.
Yeah, kaiju fetish. You're still going on about that. I'm never letting that go, ever. And
Good.
That's an appropriate time to bring it up. So yeah. So, from your perspective, what do you think? Would it be good? Would it be bad? Would it be?
Provided they don't do the same mistake. Okay. There are two mistakes. Three mistakes they need to stay away from. One, they need to make sure the kaiju are threatening. So don't, as we've been saying, don't make them elephant-sized. Make them kaiju-sized. Two, give us likable, enjoyable human characters if you must.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about the humans. We care about kaiju. But if you really have to give us humans, just make them enjoyable.
That's not really fair. Like example from the Gamera trilogy, that blended the human and kaiju plot pretty well, as I've been told. But an example that I've seen, maybe, Godzilla King of Monsters. We got good human characters there and good kaiju characters there.
Well, in our eyes, the humans were alright. It's just that in everyone else's eyes, no one else seemed to like the humans.
Maybe. Balance.
But regardless,
balance humans and kaiju, which it looks like it's doing. In fairness, it looks like it's doing that.
Yeah. And don't make them out of plants. Make sure they stay faithful to the original kaiju design and character.
I mean,
so Godzilla is a radioactive not plant. Jesus, Godzilla's a radioactive lizard boy,
dinosaur. Or actually, they look like they're going in the dragon direction, as I've mentioned in the last one.
Wasn't there something about a red mist?
No. What do you mean?
I don't know. I saw something.
Oh yeah.
I might have got the idea from the comment section of the trailer. Something about a red mist. I can't quite remember that.
But yeah. Yep. Godzilla Singular Point looks good. You think it looks good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Don't mess up like you did last time. Please, I beg of you! Alright, this news is going to be both good for you and bad with you at the same time.
Oh.
It's a Resident Evil series is coming out. Yeah?
Oh?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah,
right. I don't know why, but I don't like where you're going with this.
And it's a Netflix series. God damn it! Like, why? Look, I'm Netflix is alright. I don't want to be one of those people like. Well, I mean, I don't want to be like all those people who are like everything on Netflix is terrible, because there are good things on Netflix. All right, like this Devilman Crybaby, that's fantastic. Yeah, but this is not the time. This is not the time to put shows on Netflix. We need to teach them a lesson. Is like a month. Are we just meant to like pass a month by and be like, well, sure, Cuties existed, but we can forgive. No, Cuties is still on the site. The CEO is still blabbering on about nonsense about the show or movie.
Oh God, that.
Yeah.
they're doing a Logan Paul where it's just something terrible happens, waits a month, and it's just like, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, sure, fine. It's all fine. Let's just forget that we're exploiting children. And I'm sure if this video's gonna blow up, like for some reason the last two did. The art one I get, but like the other podcast episode, I'm not. I don't care. I'm sure somebody on Twitter or something's gonna point out or go, "Oh, it's about like child exploitation, so you can't be angry at it." Well, I don't like murder, but if I made a film about how murder is bad while doing real life murder in that film, does that make that my murder excusable? But yeah, my point was fair. Like, I can't murder somebody and go, but you see, guys, the film was about how murder is wrong. I do that by showing you murder.
Well, yeah, because that's not how anything at all works.
Yeah, like you can't.
It's like making a documentary about animal cruelty while putting bullets in puppies' brains.
That's terrifying. That's terrible visual. Wide eye. Well, yes. Jesus.
Extra emphasis, you know, monkey. Extra emphasis.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Anyway. Bad time for Netflix. We should stop putting shows on there. Yeah. Especially big names like Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is it? Apparently, it will be. It's called Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. I love Resident Evil, but even by their standards, that name is edgy as all hell. Don't know why I just threw my phone. It's got all my information on there. Apparently, it's canon. It will be part of the games.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Sure. Be part of the games. Slightly confused of why though. I don't know if it will be. I don't know if it's gonna be an animated series or a live action series. All the images I see here show CG models, but that might be just models from the games.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't think we got much information about it yet, but the idea of it isn't the worst. Like, maybe the canon part, maybe. It might just be me, but if you're, making a TV show and you're introducing a lot of other people to it, it might be best to start off with one of the games or something, or do a rebuild thing where you start off with the original story, but then you completely change it. You do different twists to change the context of the story. Yeah.
This may be me just being optimistic, but what could they screw up by making it canon?
Alright, let me just think of things that are canon, but are terrible. Oh, I got one. The Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. That's like my go-to example for everything terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, but understandably so.
Yeah. But like, example, Emperor being alive after God know how many years. Like, they had the example of the dark side of the Force has many powers that some may consider unnatural or cloning. He might be a clone, but none of those are good. You shouldn't have brought him back. And it's canon, kind of. Yeah, it's canon. Like, if you go off Legends continuity, obviously it's not canon, but they still clone the Emperor. Well, at least they have the decency to straight up just go, yeah, he's a clone. Yeah. Oh my god. Sake. That's the worst they could do with making it canon.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like, obviously with maybe it being canon, you could foreshadow future twists within the games.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I think the only Resident Evil game I've ever played is the 5th one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you were playing the part of their existence where they were going the furthest downhill. You poor child.
Actually, come to think of it, technically, I've played a bit more of Resident Evil because I've played as Wesker in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So, if you want to count that, then I've played like 1.5 Resident Evil games.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't count that at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, I think there's 2 Resident Evil characters. There's Wesker, and I think there's a guy called Sam.
There's Chris Redfield, and if you're playing...
That's it, Chris, him, yeah.
And if you're playing Ultimate...
His name's Sam now.
What?
His name's Sam now.
That's mildly infuriating to just replace his name. I don't know. I just feel mildly infuriating. It might just be you. In fairness, it might just be you. Alright, so... Yep, alright. If it's canon, like, and it's... Well, I mean, it is canon, but, like... Make it, like, I don't know, a side story at best. Like, maybe follow a few survivors during Raccoon City or something.
Yeah.
Don't throw in, like, I don't know, Chris or Leon for no reason. Just don't do that. Don't make them, like, big parts of the story, you know, in threat of doing it up. And also make sure that the director of Cuties is not working on it at all. Imagine that. That's good. That's the fate. No.
I feel like because I'm presuming it's animated. Is it? Is it animated?
I don't know. I'm seeing all the articles, thumbnails. They show CG models, but I don't know if that's from the games. Well, I mean, one's obviously from the game, but I don't know if that's from the games or if that's, you know, something, or if that's just
regardless if it's animated or real life, this joke still works. If the director of Cuties is in charge, he will cast every female character as an underage girl.
Yep. And then try and say that it's for the good. Yep, for the good of the finger thing. Yeah. Oh yes. This says something about our society or something. Now getting closer. Oh god, I feel dirty just saying that. Oh. I'm gonna need to take a shower after this. Oh. Right, now I've got myself in a bit of a pickle here.
How so?
There's not much news about horror films because they've all been delayed.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, people who don't wear their masks in shops. You are the worst. If I met you, I would kill you.
That's fair.
Just a few seconds of silence to let that sit in. But yeah, okay, well, because of that, I've got a list of some horror films coming in. Right here. Alright, starting off, one I was excited for, this year, but then it was delayed. And I was going to watch this on my birthday, and I'm very sad. Antlers. You remember Antlers, right?
I think I do. Okay. At the very least, I know what it's about from the name alone. I can't quite remember it. It's just that I know what it is. That was the most incoherent sentence I've said all day, but you know what I mean.
I don't. The one with Guillermo del Toro working on it. Yeah. Oh, it's well. Yeah. Oh well, at least it's coming out February next year. The one that's possibly about Wendigos. Yeah. 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 So I was very excited for this movie. It looked great. To be honest, like it was. It's a semi-original. I should say semi-original because it says it's based on a short story, but the short story's got a different name, and I think because it's been advertised as like an original horror film, it might be an original horror film. But yeah, it's a film, I'm assuming, about Wendigos. I mean, I'm assuming that because there's a lot of emphasis on eating disgusting things, and as a self-proclaimed cannibal, that's a joke. That's a joke. I'm not a cannibal, guys. Don't look in the basement. Don't look in the basement, guys. There's nothing there.
Are you hiding something, Monkey?
I'm not hiding anything. Who told you?
No one told me anything, Monkey. Good. You seem quite suspicious. Are you sure you aren't hiding anything?
No. Oh God. Oh, I hate my sense of humor sometimes. But yeah, only sometimes. So yeah, Wendigos. I love Wendigos. They're the best. Except when they're in Until Dawn. Until Dawn's crap, and anybody who tells me, "Oh, it's good," you are entitled to your own opinion, but I don't care about it. It sucks. And
it's a game.
It's like a horror game, point-click adventure, make your own thing, like Telltale. But in fairness to this, it actually, your choices do actually matter in fairness to this. But that doesn't make the story any good. But yeah, Wendigos. I love Wendigos. They're just the best. They're like the cooler zombies. Well, that's a giant understatement. But like, I just love them. They're just great. And a horror film centered around them and like a small community, and possibly like dad getting hungry and eating flesh. Yeah. I loved it. It sounds like a great idea. And Guillermo del Toro is working on it. He's one of my favorite directors at the moment, so it should be absolutely fantastic. But I've also seen some things that he's worked on and are not fantastic, so I guess we just have to find out. I guess.
Didn't he make the Hellboy movies, or am I thinking of someone else?
He did make the Hellboy movies. The original Hellboy should have been trilogy.
Yeah, the actually good Hellboy movies.
They're actually good ones. The ones that aren't more disappointing than my birth. Self-oof. So yeah, that's good. Next thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Why does this mousepad keep right-clicking? 1 sec. Right. Next thing is Morbius. I'm kind of split on this one, to be honest. Because. So I'm gonna be honest. Right. Maybe some of my previous statements on Venom and Morbius, on Venom and Sony are kind of blowing out proportions. But, like, you know, Sony's not that bad anymore. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've went past the time of Venom. I mean, you like Venom, of course, but, like, Venom, Morbius, God, I'm assuming that. Venom, Emoji Movie, and Slenderman. We've went past those times. We're in the era of Into the Spider-Verse, which is just phenomenal. Yeah?
Yes.
But, like, my stance on, like, some things on Venom have changed, but I still hate the film. The film's still awful. I hate almost everything about it. It may not be the second worst superhero movie, as I said in my review, but I still hate it. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? And some of the people working on that, who worked on that, are working on this, and also a solo movie on Morbius sounds like a terrible idea. Like, why Morbius? Nobody asked for that. A Venom movie, sure, people asked for that a lot. They were disappointed. But Morbius, you didn't even know who Morbius was, were you? Did you? No, like the first time we talked about this on the podcast, you didn't even know who he was.
Oh yeah, no, I had no idea, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people did not.
Yeah, like, why a movie on him? You got Spider-Man's Into the you got some Spider-Man rights. Some. Make a reboot to Venom instantly. Hand it off to Marvel. Work together with Marvel. Instantly. Yeah. And cancel Venom 2. But, like, why? Like, obviously you slim pickings, of course, but, like, Morbius, there's another film coming out of someone called Jackpot. Jackpocalypse.
What?
Jackpot. Jackpot.
Yeah.
Jackpot. You know who I don't know who Jackpot is.
I have no idea.
I'm the biggest kind of, that's a broad statement, Marvel fan in the existence. I never heard of Jackpot. Why are you making like a whole universe of Spider-Man villains without Spider-Man and making it terrible?
Well, surely, at least at first, that they could go one of two ways. Give me a second to gather my thoughts. So, they could have gone one of two paths. One of three. One, they could get all the well-known Spider-Man villains, and they seem to start to do that with Venom, and then just go through them, and then bada bing, bada boom, you've got yourself a Spider-Man villain universe. Second path they could have gone would be to get the lesser-known villains, for example, Morbius and Jackpot, and a bunch of others, and make them into movies, and then bada bing, bada boom, lesser-known villain universe.
Alright.
The third path isn't particularly possible, but had they been able to get the rights to Spider-Man, they could have made a Spider-Man universe thing.
Oh, surely they gotta have, like, some rights. Surely.
Oh, yeah,
surely.
you'd think so, because, please correct me if I'm wrong, but, yeah, they made Spider-Verse, but they produced the Holy Trilogy, didn't they?
Yep, they did create the Holy Sam Raimi trilogy. Well, help create the Holy Sam Raimi trilogy with the best version of Venom. The best live-action version of Venom so far. Thank you. I can hear your laughters from all over the world. I am flattered, really. But yeah, they've got to have like some rates because they made Into the Spider-Verse. And like...
Yeah.
So, like, you gotta... Like, maybe you could have just went forward with Spider-Verse movies instead of, like, having to do all this garbage and try and make Venom recognisable without Spider-Man, which is a terrible idea as a comic fan, from my point of view.
The Venom being recognisable without Spider-Man thing is dumb, yes, because basically the reason Venom exists is because of Spider-Man.
Venom is
and
like...
Same with Carnage, actually, but I don't know why. I don't know what they're going to do with Carnage.
Carnage is...
If they do something with Carnage.
They are doing something with Carnage. The film title of Venom 2 is literally Let There Be Carnage, and that is the worst title to ever exist.
That is shocking. That is honestly shocking.
It's very, very subtle. I can understand why you couldn't see who was the main villain of the second film. It's very subtle in its naming. Yeah, and for a side note, they're working on a One Punch Man movie. But, like, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Morbius. It might be good. I'm not putting my hopes up. It might be. Might be. Slim chance. Very slim chance. Alright. Next film. Alright, next thing. I'm excited for this one. Slightly worried though. Halloween Kills. Yeah?
But before we say anything about the film itself, that's a bizarre name choice, don't you think? It makes sense if you think about it, but it's also a very weird title.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah, but like every Halloween film kills, and that title's kind of just... What does that tell you about the film? The third entries tells you more about the film than that does. Like, Halloween Ends. That's the title of the third one, I think. Like
the third Halloween was Season of the Witch.
No, like the third one in this trilogy. What they're doing?
Sorry, Halloween Ends.
Yeah, Halloween Ends.
Oh boy,
Halloween ends until 2030, where they remake it again.
Halloween Kills I could maybe possibly understand, but Halloween Ends just sounds like you know the tagline that comes with films.
Yeah.
That just sounds like one of them. It doesn't sound like an actual title for a film.
Yeah.
Just number it. Don't bother with those sort of things.
Yeah, I guess
it worked. It worked well for Spider-Man. It worked well for Saw. Just do that. You don't need any extra words in it. Well, sometimes you do, but.
Well, I mean, I was gonna use that as like an example of like. Well, actually, I think it might be. It's better than Halloween Kills, I think, because it actually tells you what the film's about. But
well, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Halloween Kills. This one makes me slightly worried because Halloween, I've said this many times, Halloween is possibly my favourite horror movie of all time. Yeah? Definitely my favourite slasher, alright?
Yes.
Yeah? I've seen people go, I'm going on a tangent here, but I've seen people say he's dull and personality-less, but that is the point of the character.
He is pure evil. That's literally the point of the character.
He's a shape of evil, and he doesn't have any emotions or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. The point of Michael Myers is that he is just a complete and utter psychopath. No emotions, no feelings, no empathy. Maybe
not even psychopath. Maybe just shape.
Yeah, he's not a person. That's the point. That's the point of the character.
If I may stretch, that's like... Okay, I was going to say light Lovecraftian element, but maybe that's a stretch. That's a long stretch.
Yeah. Monkey.
Yeah.
You gotta move away from Cthulhu every once in a while, okay?
I can't... You're asking me to move away from my religion. I'm going to proceed to counsel you on Twitter. I'm gonna do this while also leaking your Spotify playlist. So Halloween Kills. That's what we were talking about. I went off on a tangent. But yeah,
as per usual.
Yeah, as per usual. My autistic mind cannot just focus on anything. Ooh, look, a bird. There's no birds. It's not dead of night, but it's night. So yeah, Halloween Kills. So Halloween, probably my favorite horror movie of all time. Yeah. Maybe Perfect Blue maybe just beats it out. Maybe you've not seen Perfect Blue, have you?
Oh,
it's just all kinds of messed up. It is oof. It's all kinds of messed up. But yeah, Halloween Kills. It's like, and I enjoyed the Halloween 2018 remake. I know it's very controversial for the fans. Yeah.
What, the 2018 one?
Yeah, it's the 2018 one.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I think it's good, but like the fans are very split on it. Like some people say,
really?
I was kind of shocked to find out it was because I've heard some fans say, oh, it's pretty good. I've heard some fans say, oh, it's alright, it's not best. I've heard some fans say it's the worst and I don't like it. I can it's their opinions and all, but I'm not like, yeah.
Monkey, are you telling me that there are some people out there that prefer The Curse of Michael Myers or H2O to the 2018 one? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Oh wait, which one was Curse of Michael Myers was the fourth one, right? Yeah.
That was either the fourth or fifth one. I can't quite remember.
No, the fourth one was Return of Michael Myers.
Oh yeah, because that makes such a big difference. Oh, the timeline's so fricked.
You alright?
It's just it rivals that of the Texas Chainsaw timeline. It's ridiculous.
You're not wrong. I feel like they should have just kept it as Halloween 1 and not made any more sequels, but we're not.
Well, they're currently retconning the second movie onwards.
Yeah.
Season of the Witch happened in a completely separate continuity. 1 and 2 were 1 and 2 have remained canon consistently, but the second one has only been removed in 2018 when the 2018 not reboot, when the 2018 movie came out, because that's a direct sequel to the first one.
2018 Sequeboot.
Sequeboot.
That's a term I think I came up with. I'm genius.
The problem with the original timeline is that it branches off.
Yeah.
So it goes 1, 2. The third one is in a separate continuity.
Yeah.
4, 5.
There's also reboots.
I'll get to them when I get to them, monkey.
Jesus, okay.
1 and 2 are the most, like, contained. They're the most coherent. The fourth and the fifth one follow. Jamie Lee Curtis isn't there. Laurie is dead, I think. But it follows Michael and Jamie, and then now you start to get into the supernatural.
Yeah, and we don't want to get into the supernatural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then
ambiguous.
Yeah. 4 and 5 are broken off into their own separate timeline when H2O and its sequel comes out. I genuinely cannot remember what H2O's sequel is. I'm pretty sure it has a sequel. That's it. So those two movies come out, and that I don't know. That follows on
Resurrection.
from
Resurrection. It's Halloween Resurrection.
Those two follow on from the second movie. And then you have the Rob Zombie remakes, which are actually pretty good. Well, the first one is good because it's like half of it is more of Michael Myers' past, The other half is just a retelling of the first movie. The second movie is very funky.
I didn't like any of the, Rob Zombie films, to be honest.
I mean, that's fair enough, because they're really funky, but I think they're decent.
Yeah, I don't like any of them, to be honest. Like, I don't think there should have been a reason for Michael to kill his sister, and I don't really like Rob Zombie's. This is a personal thing, but I don't really like Rob Zombie's directing as a whole. To be honest,
his directing is weird. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. And then now, honestly, now that I think about it, giving him a backstory does take a bit away from the character, because the original. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're the Michael Myers. You're the expert here, but the original idea for the character is just that he is pure evil. Yeah. There is no reason for it. He's just pure evil.
Yeah, he killed. The whole origin of Michael Myers was just he killed his sister, went in a hospital, broke out. That's I've summed it up perfectly. I don't want a whole film where it's like, but his dad was abusive, his mom was neglectful, his sister was a meanie pants, he was bullied at school. Look, he kills animals. That's what murderers do when they're young.
Yeah, so the Rob Zombie film changed Michael from the shape to an irritating little boy that killed animals. But then, instead of his first kill being his sister in an act of cold blood, his first kill in the Rob Zombie remake was the bully in an act of like a fit of rage. No, that's not the shape. Then that's not Michael Myers. That's a different character.
Yeah, and we went off on a tangent, but like that ties into Halloween Kills, because Halloween Kills is basically a reboot of Halloween 2. It takes place
kind of.
It takes place on the exact same night, which gives me Halloween 2 vibes. Controversial opinion. Halloween 2 isn't bad, but I don't not care for it. I don't like it that much. Controversial opinion.
I mean, yeah, because that's the movie that caused Laurie to be his sister.
Yeah, and like, maybe in the past I would have thought, oh, that's a cool twist. In the present I think, oh, that gives Michael motivation, and I feel like that's a bit, we don't need motivation.
Because again, he's not supposed to have motivation, he's just supposed to be a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah.
If you want motivation, give Jason motivation, give Freddy motivation, give Ghostface motivation, give a certain hooked man motivation. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. But yeah, just don't give Michael motivation, and I feel, considering the similarities between the two films, I kind of worry that they might go in that direction, and I'm also more worried because I'm getting flashbacks to the Star Wars new trilogy. It
starts off good and then goes really downhill.
Yeah, and then goes really bad. Like
who's directing Halloween Kills?
Oh, let me see. Let me see. Halloween Kills.
If you say Ryan Johnson, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Just letting you know.
Ryan Johnson's not bad, alright? He's very... David Gordon Green.
That's a dope-ass name.
Don't know what he's worked on. Let me just check what he's worked on. You worked on Halloween. Oh, he's working on Fat Man. Remember Fat Man? You tagged me in the tweet of that. Flower. A bunch of films I've not heard of.
Okay, and about Fat Man, we'll talk more in the coming months about Fat Man. Don't worry.
So yeah, I'm picturing all the terrible twists that could happen.
To Just try and remain optimistic. We're getting a new Halloween movie. That's how I got through the new trilogy of the Star Wars movie. Yes, they're bad, but it's a new Star Wars movie, you know?
That's the difference between you and I, Wada. You see, I am cynical, aged, old, stupid. Not stupid, I'm clever. I'm cynical, aged boy who's been through a lot. And you are bright, useful, good dude.
Monkey, you're a year above me.
I remember the days. Those days are far behind me. Is Leonardo DiCaprio still a thing? Halloween Kills.
Right, yeah.
I guess I should be optimistic. I can't even say the word anymore. That's sad.
Optimistic.
Optimismus.
Just
move on.
Dub my voice over the sentence. Optimistic.
Let's just move on. Now is time for the Candy Lad.
As I alluded to before, by mentioning the hooked boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Candyland. Yes, there's a Candyman reboot and Candy Lad reboot, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, apparently we've talked about it before last year, but apparently there has been some changes within the plot, as I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember ages ago, somewhere, that Jordan Peele was gonna do different themes. I think Jordan Peele's still working on it, right? Jordan Peele's still working on it. Yeah, he worked on the screenplay. As I remember, he was doing different themes with his films, like, obviously Get Out was about racism, or what was it? Left racism, passive racism in some places, yeah? Like, yeah. I'm not racist, I voted for Obama. Proceeds to cut open skull of black person, yeah. That and Us was about poverty, I think. And this Candyman was about toxic fandoms, I believe, like. And we made a joke about Candyman taking the form of Sonic the Hedgehog.
When the hell was that?
That was like last year. A long, long time ago. I can't say
especially considering this year's felt like 3 years packed into one.
Yep. And I don't believe we've seen the Candyman's face yet. But I think this is it's a spiritual sequel now. Without, the original guy who played the Candyman. That's a bit odd. But, like, I think they're going back with the original theme of racism with the original Candyman now. And this is, honestly, Peele, considering he's not director, but his name is plastered everywhere, so he's basically the director, yeah? Everywhere on this movie.
Right.
Yeah? And this is disappointing, because I was hoping for, like, each controversial opinion, I didn't really like Get Out that much, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know, I can see why people like it, I just don't really like it that much. But I like the idea of Jordan Peele with each different film going with a different theme, like Get Out was racism, Us was poverty or class. this was going to be toxic fandoms, I assume. But with this, and also a TV show called Lovecraft Country, I think that's what it's called. I'll never watch it, and never.
That sounds spicy.
No, I've never watched it and never gonna watch it because J.J. Abrams is also working on it, and I'm not touching anything he's done ever again. Yeah, and as I know, it was, and I remembered the plot synopsis. It was some guy goes to Lovecraft Country to fight monsters and racism. I'm sure H.P. Lovecraft wouldn't approve, and that's not me being negative to the film, that's me being negative to H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, because, I mean, yes, he made some amazing stories, but he was also
a fiery racist, like a huge racist.
He was honest. I'm sorry, Lovecraft, but, like, by today's standards, you are a horrible person.
Even back then, I remember, like, even back then, people were like, alright, dude, you need to tone it down. Tone it down a bit.
Dial it back just a tad.
Just a
like,
tad.
Seriously.
Just a tad.
Any further, and the KKK themselves will be like, whoa, hold on there, Lovecraft.
Yeah, we're like... yeah, like, even back then, people were like, yeah, this is going too far. I've heard what you called your cat, Lovecraft. I've heard what you called your cat.
What did he call his cat?
Look it up. I'm going to pause, and you're going to look it up. So you've looked it up. Lovecraft's racism in of itself is a Lovecraftian monster. Holy crap!
Who in their right mind would call their cat? Just imagine him taking it to the vet.
Alright, for clarification, we cannot say the cat's name.
Absolutely not.
No, we cannot. We're not having a PewDiePie situation.
I mean,
Lovecraft, you.
Should we tell him to search it up?
Maybe.
Should we
do it? Maybe incognito mode.
It's not like painfully bad. It's not like ridiculously bad, but it does have the N word.
It is. The cat's name is the N word.
Yeah, well, essentially. But you'll read it, and you're just kind of sat there in disbelief. Like, who would name their pet this? I don't care if you're in the 18th, 19th century. Just
Lovecraft. You Lovecraft was a flaming racist, but his books are good.
Yep.
Yeah. We went way off topic. Hilarious. Candyman, yep, it seems to be going back to the original themes of racism, and I'm slightly disappointed with Jordan. I was hoping like each Jordan film was going to be a different theme. Yeah. Like, but if he I've seen like tweets now of him, people calling him a one-trick pony now, and I feel that's a bit. It's not earned. He's only done 2 films. I think this is, or 2 films and a TV show. I think that is really, unfair. But
yeah,
and also different directing styles and different elements of this topic. Yeah, but it's unfair. Let's see how this goes, and see if Jordan creates anything else. I would like to see Jordan make a Wolfman reboot, though. You know how they're doing all that Universal monster stuff now.
Yeah.
I would like to see him tackle the.
I'm interested to see how they would do it, because I mean, The Mummy, despite it being a complete commercial failure,
Yeah, and
that was magic, right? Whereas the Invisible Man was tech.
The reboot was tech. Yeah, science fiction. Let's just say science fiction to sum up the entire series. Yeah, franchise. Yeah. And like, yeah, and of course they're doing like Dracula and all that. So like, yeah, how would, yeah, right. Well, yeah, Wolfman. I would like to see Jordan Peele tackle Wolfman. I'm not sure how this Candyman would go. It looks good. It looks better than most horror films. I'll give it that, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Hell was that?
A ghost.
Woo, spooky!
Oh, spook.
Spook.
Yeah. And do we have any other stuff? I think we kind of bloated everything with
Massive tangents.
yeah, massive tangents. Yeah. I think like there are other stuff, but you think this is getting too long? I think this might be getting too long.
Possibly. I mean, we went on for ages with the Halloween thing,
and we went on ages with Lovecraft because his racism is just hilarious.
Humorous.
His racism got to a point which is just hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, Halloween, all that, and yep, that's gotta be it for this podcast, I guess. Yep, this is a two-parter technically because my Halloween video is coming out tomorrow. As you're watching this, if I didn't just completely die, yeah, it will be tomorrow. There will be a little collaboration between me and Wide Eye on Just Watching Chills. Wide Eye would do his own part as well, but considering he is incompetent, I
am indeed incompetent.
That's harsh. Don't do that to yourself. Considering that is that's gotta be it for this time. See you all tomorrow, and I hope you all have an extra spooky Halloween. Woo! Never do that again.
I'm sorry.